We have all read in books that our planet Earth rotates in a specific direction. But imagine this. What would happen if one day the Earth suddenly started spinning in the opposite direction? Would the sun start rising from the west? Would the entire climate of our planet change? In today's video, we are going to explore what would actually happen if Earth started spinning backwards. First, we need to understand something important. Earth always rotates from west to east. That is why we see the sun rise in the east and set in the west. It takes the Earth about 24 hours to complete one full rotation. And this rotation is what creates our day and night. But if somehow this rotation were reversed, many things on Earth could change. The very first change we would notice is this. The sun would start rising from the west. This happens because the direction of Earth's rotation determines how we see the movement of the sun in the sky. If Earth started spinning in the opposite direction, the sun would appear to rise in the west and move across the sky toward the east. In other words, the sunrise that humans have seen for thousands of years would completely change. Earth's rotation also controls the direction of global winds. Scientists call this effect the Coriolis Effect. Because of this effect, winds and storms around the planet follow certain directions. But if Earth started spinning backwards, this entire system would change. Wind patterns would reverse, storms and hurricanes would move in different directions. As a result, many regions of the planet could experience completely new weather patterns. And it's not just the winds. Ocean currents around the world also depend heavily on Earth's rotation. For example, the famous ocean current in the Atlantic Ocean, called the Gulf Stream, helps keep Europe relatively warm. But if Earth started rotating in the opposite direction, these ocean currents would also change their paths. Because of this, temperatures in many regions of the world could shift dramatically. Some places could become much colder, while others might become extremely hot. The biggest impact of this change would likely be on Earth's climate. Scientists believe that if Earth rotated backwards, many of today's deserts could eventually become greener. At the same time, some currently lush regions might begin to dry out. For example, rainfall in the Sahara Desert could increase. Meanwhile, the climate of the Amazon rainforest might change dramatically. In other words, the map of Earth's climate zones could be almost completely reshaped. But now comes the most important question. What if Earth suddenly started spinning in the opposite direction? Honestly, the results would be catastrophic. Right now, Earth rotates at a speed of about 1,670 kilometers per hour at the equator. If that motion suddenly stopped and then reversed, the entire planet would experience violent disruption. Massive tsunamis could rise across the oceans. The atmosphere could produce extremely destructive winds. Cities and natural environments around the world could suffer severe damage. However, there is no need to worry, because in reality, it is almost impossible for Earth to suddenly start spinning backwards. But thinking about scenarios like this helps us understand something important: how incredibly balanced our planet really is. Even a small change in Earth's natural systems could transform our entire world. So, tell me, what do you think? If Earth really started spinning backwards, do you think humans could adapt to the new environment? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring mysterious science topics like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.